We see too many Christians on the front lines of harassment, bigotry, violence, and all sorts of cruelty. The Christians have taken it as their duty to appropriate wrath. At the same time, they overlook the compassion that Jesus put himself in harm's way to deliver. I want to leave you with the wrath of liberation. In Luke 19, verses 45 and 46, we see Jesus channeling his commitment for justice. When Jesus entered the temple courts, he began to drive out those who were selling. "It is written," he said to them, "My house will be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers." A mere 1 week before his crucifixion, Jesus stood up to power. Millions of people traveled to Jerusalem for the celebration of Passover. Jesus was angry at the temple authorities because it had become a place of exploitation.
It is written, "My house shall be a house of prayer, and you have turned it into a den of thieves."
The temple had become a place where the aristocrats indebted and cheated the poor. If it were not for Jesus' popularity at the time, he likely would have been arrested at that moment. Remember, he did not hold political office or even a religious position. He challenged the structures of power. He stood on the side of those that society disempowered the most. This was the revolutionary Jesus, not the make Rome great again Jesus. The wrath of liberation is one that fights against systems of power that harm the vulnerable. It is an action that requires going against the grain. That does not mean pushing back against diversity or trans people or immigrants. It means standing on their side. The wrath of liberation is a call to action against structures of power. We need to remember that hundreds, if not thousands, of Bible verses were written explicitly about helping the poor. Many who immigrate to the US do so because of poverty. Transgender people are more likely to experience poverty than their cisgender peers. DEI programs were created to help reduce inequality that has plagued our country for far too long due to years of discrimination. By contrast, there are few verses that could even be considered a discussion around the destruction of LGBTQ+ communities or the deportation of immigrants. The Bible can be a book that leads anyone to hypocrisy if they don't do any sort of self-examination. But the teachings of Jesus can be a simple reminder to question authority. Actual authority, not the deep state, not any sort of conspiracy theories. The fucking people that have so much power, especially if their actions do not align with their words.